Alright guys, welcome to Riffing with the Angels Heavenly Podcast episode 8. I'm here with my friend Wes. You saw him in the last episode and every episode except for episode 1. On this podcast, we're going to just talk about whatever we want.
Yeah, just kind of, go with the flow type situation.
We didn't come up with the topics on this one. We should have, but, we've had a hectic few weeks after that last podcast. It has been one of those times that, work has been stressful for me, so I've been having to balance with work, with the podcast, everything, but I wanted to get this out for y'all. So I'd rather get it out to y'all right now than
not get it at all.
Exactly.
I agree.
Or just pre-record it and then have it set up for Sunday. I'm like, I don't want to do that.
No. I agree. I mean, we both were able to make it happen, so
exactly.
Here we are.
I texted Wes last night. I was like, hey Wes, you want to do the podcast tomorrow? He's like, heck yeah, bro, I'm down.
Yeah, dude, for real. Let's do it.
I'm not going to miss a podcast all because of the football game, even though that I'm technically am, but I'm technically not.
Yeah.
Because it's still going to be released on Sunday. It's just going to be streamed and recorded today on Thursday, November 11th, which is Veterans Day. So
nice.
I want to have one thing. Can we give thanks to all veterans in our nation of the United States? Because one, without them, we wouldn't be here being able to do this and having free time. So I want to remember the veterans.
Yes, exactly. Especially the ones that, didn't get to come back home.
Exactly.
Those, most importantly.
Exactly.
Or gave their ultimate,
Or those that came home but not
who they were when they left.
Or just not actually come home to see their families again.
Yeah.
So who've died and fought for our freedom, I'm going to give thanks to them, because that is one of the things that I want to do. And next year, we're going to do this on Memorial Day. For the 4th of July one, I want to give thanks to, because 4th of July, that's also another day of freedom. Memorial Day, it's just just giving thanks to the fallen soldiers. So, like I said, that's how I'm wanting to start off this, because one, like I said, we're recording this on November 11th, 2021, which is, over here, is Veterans Day. So, do you have anything to add to that, Wes?
I mean, you pretty much said it. I mean, I stand by you 100%, not just today, but Memorial Day, 4th of July. Yes, is it patriotic? Yes, but what's wrong with that? What's wrong with, being happy or being proud of a place that's not perfect by no means, but it's a heck of a lot better than a lot of other places, And to get to the point where we were at, we had to have, men and women that was willing to say, hey, I'll give you my life so you can continue to have what you have.
And not only that, my grandfather is also a veteran, so showing respect to veterans is one thing that I want to do.
Definitely.
Because without the veterans, like I said, we would not be here. After that, I think, didn't you have a topic in mind, Wes?
Yeah, I mean, we could talk about what about the new trilogy that just dropped?
Oh, yeah.
I know we were talking a little bit about that off camera. Well, we could expand on that.
So apparently they removed some cheat codes from all 3 games.
And
like
some
fallen tanks, healing the character. Like they did some of those for
They took out the health code, really?
Wow. I think they made it to where it doesn't increase as much.
Okay, I
don't think they took it out, but I know that they took out the fallen tank one.
Yeah.
Which I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that, but still, it's classic GTA.
It is classic.
Though. I mean,
which also, not only that, this is probably the first trilogy from Rockstar that made it onto the Switch.
That's right. You're right. It is for the Switch. I keep forgetting that they did put it on the Switch because
They did.
I mean, think about it. You get to play Grand Theft Auto on the go. I mean, you're thinking like PSP days, you know, bringing it back.
I think the reason why they did it because one, the PlayStation Portable is no longer a thing, so they can't. They can't put an old the trilogy onto an old console that's not even getting supported by PlayStation anymore.
Exactly.
Which I'm surprised that the PlayStation 3 is still getting supported.
What? That is crazy. Wow.
Right?
I mean, like PS4, yeah, obviously, but PS3?
Mm-hmm. I think it's on its last cycle though, because the 360.
It's gotta be.
The 360 is still.
It's still trucking.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, man.
So we have 3 generations of Xboxes and PlayStations that's still supported.
That's awesome, though.
Which, I mean, I had two PlayStation 3s, both of them yellow lighted on me, and it was the old original fat ones.
Yeah, the fat ones. Yeah, I remember those.
You would think that they would have more ventilation to actually keep them from overheating.
But...
and
the same could be said about the Xbox 360.
I mean, for the 360, I didn't have any issues with mine red ringing.
Oh God, we did. I did. I've had friends that have it.
Well, I mean,
it's just
the first old fat 360s. I can see that.
I'm talking about the slims, like the second model one.
I had the second gen slim and never had it overheat. Never had yellow light or red light. I mean,
I had it red light, so then I was, it was still under warranty. Thank God. Had it sent back.
And see,
about 3 months later, it came, and then maybe a month after, I got it back, it started doing the same thing.
The thing is, I had my PlayStation 3 wasn't under warranty, so we had to send PlayStation $100.
Oh man,
$100 to get the console repaired.
Yeah.
I couldn't even pull the hard drive out to actually save it.
Yeah.
So I couldn't save any of our data or nothing. Like I couldn't just plop our hard drive back in and have all of our stuff. We had to sign into our accounts again just to get it to go back through.
Wow.
And then I took it over to a friend's house, and it was in my backpack. It was fine. Got there, hooked it up. We played Call of Duty. I think Black Ops 1, where it had the combat training.
Yes.
And then in the middle of
I believe that's one.
In the middle of the combat training, because me and him were going against each other as well. It froze up, locked up completely, shut itself off, did a 3 beep. And I'm like, oh, that didn't sound good. We were in a basement of his house too. You would think that would give really good, cool air, circulating.
Yeah, exactly. Being at the bottom of the
We had it off the ground too, it was not sitting on the concrete or on a rug or nothing. It was actually elevated, so it had perfect airflow. I was just sitting there playing that with buddies online too with my friend. We were just sitting there talking, having a good old time, and then all of a sudden it just dropped, and I'm like, that's not right. I looked over at it. I looked over at it, it was beeping, and I'm like, okay, so it just needs time to rest. Let it rest for a little bit. Went back downstairs to go and play it again. We went upstairs, ate, went outside, did some things to, get out of the house.
Pass the time.
Went back downstairs, turned it on, and immediately right after I turned it on, it shut itself off for yellow lighted.
Man.
I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Call
PlayStation about it, and they're like, oh yeah, you're out of warranty by a month. I'm like, you gave me a 7-month warranty, or a 6-month warranty, knowing I was not going to get it back until February.
Yeah.
And then sent it back. I got it back on February, and you're not going to actually cover the warranty? He's like, oh yeah, you need to send it in for $100 if you want it to be repaired. I said, hey, I'm sorry to let you. And I was like, man, you've been a really good help. But honestly, I'm going to switch to your competitor, Xbox. Have a good day. And hung up the phone on him.
Yeah. What can you do,
Right?
I mean,
And then, fast forward 2 years later, after the 360, after I got the 360, been playing it for a little bit, took it to my school, to the college that I was in.
Yeah.
and went and repaired it. Like, we resoldered the chip back onto it because it desoldered itself somehow.
Wow.
Don't know how, because we only had it on for like an hour. But it came back up online. We were able to play it. I was able to play it again. It lasted a whole month, and then it went back down again. And I still have it.
Wow.
But it was. The last game I remember playing on it was Modern Warfare 2.
Modern Warfare 2. Ooh, such a good game.
And you know what's funny? I got in a modded lobby on that one too. So I just shot one bullet. Gave me all the way up to max prestige, level 80, everything unlocked. I was like,
What the heck? God. Oh, man.
and I told my brother, I was like, hey, look at this. And he's like, how did you get level 80 max prestige already? I was like,
I'm just that good, bro.
no, I was just like, a modded lobby. He's like, really?
Right.
I was like, yeah, look. And I was still in the modded lobby.
Nice.
And he shot one bullet and they kicked us. I was like, I'm fine with this.
Hey, you're like, I'm good. I got what I wanted.
I did.
That's pretty awesome.
It was pretty awesome. I haven't turned back on my Xbox ever since that I got Madden on PC, but I need to update it at some point. I just don't have it connected to my PC at all either to display everything out to the monitor.
Yeah, I
had to
got you,
unhook
yeah.
it because it was just freaking out everything.
I got you, yeah. You just gotta pull the plug out and be like, hey, you sit over here.
Yeah.
You know, quit freaking out everything else, and we'll be good.
I just pulled out the USB-C out of the Elgato stream, out of the capture card. I
got you, yeah.
I still have the monitor plugged into it. It just won't display anything.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, it was just freaking out my audio, so I was like, screw it, I'm plugging it.
Right, hey man, you can't have your audio being messed up.
Nah.
You can't do that.
But at some point, I am wanting to set up a different setup, guys. I'll have my 3 monitors back. I'm thinking
The trifecta.
Oh yeah. But honestly, the way I'm going to do it is the streaming computer is going to have 2 monitors. So whatever, like I'm going to have probably a all-in-one for the streaming computer. So it'll be sitting off to the side, and then I'm going to have an external display hooked up to it. And then the streaming computer, or the gaming computer, is going to have the 3 when the streaming computer is not on. So it's going to be a trifecta, but it's going to be an amazing trifecta.
That does sound pretty nice.
Because because if I use a streaming computer, this computer right here, its CPU won't be struggling to record and stream at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
Dying Light,
take the load off of a little bit.
I looked over at it when I was playing Dying Light on Sunday night. The all-in-one cooler was going off and on red. Like it was white, red, white, red, white, red, white, red, steady red. I'm like, oh, okay, I don't need to do this.
Right? You're like, all right, you win.
Yeah, I was like, computer, you win. And then it did an update. Now, actually, it hasn't done the update yet, has it? I don't know. I think it did do the update in the middle of the night that night. So Sunday night, it did an update. It's perfectly fine now. But I think
Awesome.
what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to probably figure out something, because this computer can't stream and game and record at the same time. I mean, it has been, but I can't play Dying Light and stream and record it.
I got you. just can't handle it.
Right.
It's understandable, man. But hey, dude, you get that other PC though, bam, things will happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if things ever like calm down though with that too, like golly, like that whole chip shortage thing, it's just.
I mean, I
everything crazy.
I don't plan on using like a high-end computer to do the streaming and recording.
Oh, of course not. Yeah, exactly.
Like I can just go and buy a regular desktop from Walmart and set it up as a streaming computer, and it will work perfectly fine. It's
I didn't think like that. That's true. I mean, if it's as easy,
I'm not gonna pay no $700 for an iBuy powered computer that has a 1030 in it.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
No, that I Buy Power. Somebody, one of the old Cap 2 members that used to work, and like, he still works there, but he's like, he used to be a think a cart pusher or something. He walked over to it. He's like, "Oh man, this has a really good graphics card in it." I was like, "Dude, it's a GTX 1030. That's a crappy graphics card." And he's like, "Oh, it's better than a lot of graphics cards." I was like, "No, you don't know your graphics card. If you're gonna say it's better than half them."
Yeah, that doesn't. No, it'd be nice if you'd have anything else, but not for $700.
On
No.
the box, he's like, "Oh, well, it's worth $400 by itself." I was like, "No, it's not."
That,
It's like that graphics card's like worth 200.
I was gonna say, if you're gonna pay 400 for it, where are you gonna buy it from, buddy? Because I mean, you can find it, but I mean, why are you that gullible? Like,
Why
you're sitting here,
pay
you're gonna buy
$400 for a older graphics
I mean,
card?
yeah, like you want to pay 700 for a PC that has a $200 graphics card in it that you think is worth 400.
I mean, I think the alone, if you take the graphics card out, sell it, and then get like a RTX, that desktop's a it's a pretty beast. With 8 gigs, like you would have to upgrade the RAM, but the CPU alone, it's an i5, I think 8700X or K, so it's a really good, it's an 8th gen processor.
Yeah.
With 1 stick of RAM, and it's DDR4. So alone, that desktop is already better than like a i3 laptop.
Oh yeah, of course. But see, my biggest thing is though I have a funny thing about pre-builds because I'm just like, well, I've watched a lot of people that know a heck of a lot more than me about computers like break down these pre-builds and just like say, okay, well, this is the problem, whether it be price or what they do to it. And it's like for me, it's like I just would rather build one.
Which a company alone though, like iBuyPower or CyberPower PC, they are those are going to be one of the best people to go to.
Okay.
To get a pre-built.
Okay.
If you want a pre-built, go through one of them.
Yeah, see, that's my thing. Like I don't know if I want, especially like for being like my first computer,
right?
And not like a standalone streaming computer, like something I would want to game on. I think I want to go the build it, piece by piece route.
Which, if you go with a pre-built, you at least whenever you get to want to upgrade it, you can always upgrade it later on.
That's true. That's true.
You can take out the motherboard, take out everything, and build you a PC in that case, so you don't have to buy a case.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
that's how I look at it.
Oh no, that makes sense. Yeah. Oh yeah. I got you. That definitely makes sense there, but I don't know, man. Like I said, I still got a lot more research and saving up to do.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I bought mine from. I bought all my stuff, like the motherboard and CPU came from a buddy of mine. I spent $250 for it alone, for the motherboard and CPU.
I got you. That don't sound too bad. I mean, like, am I trying to play the latest greatest game on like the highest settings? No, not really. Not right now, but just to be able to play like a bunch of stuff off of Steam, yeah, that's what I want to do.
Right, that's me too. Like,
it's like, yeah, I would love to play at like the greatest and best possible, but at the same time, like just being able to play, like be able to do something like a game that I can't play now because it's for Steam or PC basically.
Right.
And I'm sitting over here just like a console guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still a console guy, but I'm also an actual desktop guy too. Like, I even put Madden on my Surface and try to play Madden.
Yeah, exactly. No, I got you. Well, plus too, like with the PC though, too, you got like 5M, and I mean, you don't have that kind of stuff with console.
I mean, you can,
but you don't have the community though, is what I would almost argue.
Yeah.
By no means, but yeah, you can have that stuff, but how many people are going to be doing it versus people that have PCs and are doing it on PC? That's my thing.
Right.
Because I mean, to me, like that stuff seems fun as all get out.
Which, guys, if you don't know, I do host my own 5M community. We're actually trying to beta launch tomorrow
Ooh, awesome, man.
So about 4 p.m. Central Time, I'm gonna try to launch my 5M community as beta, because right now it's temp launch. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go into beta launch tomorrow. Hopefully, if I can get everything set up, like if I can get my EUP uniform set up correctly, that thing is getting beta launch tomorrow. Because I've been putting it off. Like, I've been working on this since August. And we just now reached the point that I can actually announce that we're going into beta launch tomorrow.
Awesome, though.
I mean, like, we still have stuff missing, like skins and everything.
Oh yeah, it's beta though. I mean,
we're getting 2 new car packs.
Sweet.
So city and state are getting actually getting car packs. County already has their car pack, they just have to scan it. So it's actually really good. I'm happy with that.
That's
EUP,
awesome.
the guy said that he should be done this week with it, so that's also a good thing. So with that being said, we should be launching beta soon.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I think like by next year, the official launch will probably happen on New Year's Day.
That'd be awesome.
I think
that'd be awesome to see go down.
I think that would be the best way to do it. Give it a month in beta, make sure everything's kinked out, and then
Yeah,
launch
get as much of those as you can out of the way.
Exactly. I mean, we have 30 people in that Discord alone.
Ooh, that's good, man. That's
and
really
Jess
good.
is actually in the Discord.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, that's men.
Heck yeah, dude.
Cause, like, this thing can push GTA 5 at ultra settings. It can push all the settings at ultra with a graphics visual mod on top of it.
Nice.
It's insane.
That is insane. I mean, damn, dude. Look at
Without
Chris.
streaming or recording, it can get up to 30 frames with it being ultra.
That's really good.
It is.
I mean, that's
but
impressive.
I don't push the texture quality that high. I may go high on texture and then very high on everything else. The only thing I have ultra is the post effects.
I got you.
Because it makes the graphics look amazing.
That's what's about.
Right.
That's what it's about, man.
Like, there's some people. I was watching YouTube videos earlier with people in a group call, and the YouTube video, there's one that legit didn't have any lighting in their game at all. It's like you could tell that there was no lighting at all.
I got you. Yeah.
Oh, that's ugly.
I got you. Yeah.
After seeing like the battery emergency lights and everything, I'm like, yep, nope, can't do it.
Like, my server will be better than this.
I mean, and the person that's actually supposed to be helping us host, he also is hosting his own whitelisted server. So I'm like, that's pretty cool. I was like, congratulations, man. He's also in beta stage. So he'll probably launch before me because he has everything already done. Like, there's... But I'm like, well, he already had the foundation.
Yeah. So he was already kind of ahead of the game.
Because he was hosting the last server that I was a part of.
Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That server completely died. Like, not saying that anything bad about that server.
No, it just fizzled out. I mean, that's not being mean. That's just honest.
I was gonna say, Dustin, if you're listening to this after the fact, I'm not talking bad about PTX, nor ESRP. I hope you succeed in the best way possible. I give you best wishes, everything. Because in the later date, we could probably even partnership both of our servers together and create a outstanding, nice community that works together as a family. So, just wanted to put that out there. So if you have any questions, or if you think I'm disrespecting you, I'm not. That is not what I'm trying to do.
I don't see it. as me being on the outside looking in, I don't think you're at all. I mean,
Well, I mean, I just want to make that clear, so in case some
Yeah,
people
yeah.
want to take it offended or try to be like,
they
hey,
shouldn't.
I mean, you never know with people.
Oh, I know, but still, I mean, in all honesty, they shouldn't be that bothered by it. I mean, like, look, you know, it was good at one point, and you're not saying it turned bad. You're just saying like
It just
it
died.
just it died. I mean, that's what happens. I mean, you're not saying, oh, well, it died because of this. No, you're like, look, I was in it.
I mean,
it was fun, and then it died.
I'm not saying anything bad because one, you did have a really good community going. So, like,
and that's
it
like
just
the
died
biggest thing right
people-
there.
because people were arguing too much in the Discord. It just caused it to die. That's all.
See, that's I don't get that. That if you got to sit there and argue
Yeah.
and not just, you know, be able to get it fixed like right away, if it's just constant, what's the fun in that? Because you're taking away from
it was an
the
admin
RP of it.
It was an admin and a staff. It was like a staff member and then like a regular member. Cause like I stepped down, and then one of my buddies that's actually in this Discord, he stepped down.
Yeah.
We both stepped down down out of admin in like the most polite way. I'm like, hey, look, I just want to resign. I don't want anything bad to happen. Like, I was just trying to be the best man, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you
and then
just
the
no
guy-
longer could do it.
I mean, I could, but
But you chose not. You know what I mean? It's like, look,
I chose to step down because, one, if I didn't step down, it would have been me either getting removed from the server and blacklisted, or removed from staff and basically forced to be removed. And I'm like, I don't want that.
Yeah, you didn't want to get to that point.
I stepped down from everything. I was like, hey, I just want to be a normal civ. They just took stuff out to optimize it. And I'm like, you didn't have to take everything out to optimize it. You just needed to find the way to get everything down to where it's optimized. Cause one, my server's like running flawless. It doesn't have any like bad issues or anything.
Yeah.
And I have a server running in Canada. Yeah.
Nice, man.
And I have a failover IP. So if anything happens and somebody tries to DDoS, it will flip our IPs. So it's not going to force the server to flip IPs. It's just going to fall onto that. So it'll keep the server up and running on the same IP, but it's going to keep it from actually getting DDoSed.
I got you. Yeah,
so
exactly.
I got extra DDoS protection on it, which is also
Nice.
a really good thing.
Of course, man. You got to, man. Especially putting all this time and effort into this. Yeah. You gotta make sure.
And I'm not going to disclose the location, but it is my server when it launches. It will disclose the location because I'm actually using real life names and everything.
Oh, really?
But honestly, at this point, you will only know where I live. You don't know what road or anything I live on. So you know what city I live in, but you won't know you'll know what county and what city, but you won't know where I'm actually am in the
I know.
city.
Yeah, I got you. I know what you're saying too.
So
Exactly.
because in honesty, I want to make sure that my privacy is safe.
Of course.
And honestly, like, I really do see this server actually going big. We just need.
Well, I'll tell you this. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say real quick. I'll tell you this. I mean, if I was allowed to, if I get my PC going and stuff, and you got this thing going, I'd love to be a part of this.
Oh,
This
definitely.
community. And
Dude,
I mean, I don't care what role you want to put me in, man. You put me in something, and I'm gonna RP my little heart out. I want to have fun, you know.
You're always welcome in my community.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Because
honestly, I'd rather have people in the community that actually wants to RP than have people in the
Oh yeah,
community
yeah,
that
of course.
doesn't,
Exactly. Like I don't want to cause problems. I legitimately want to RP and
Right.
have fun.
Right.
'Cause that's what it's about.
Exactly. And at some point I gotta get me a wired controller because both my wireless controllers don't like to function correctly.
Of course not. You gotta love it.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta love it.
And the white one, I can play Madden perfectly fine. Doesn't give me issues. I'll go and play GTA 5 on 5M. Gives me every issue that it wants to. I'm like, you would do this, wouldn't you?
Right? You would decide to do this to me.
And then the blue controller I have sitting actually wired in, it will just randomly drop the signal from the cable. I'll unplug and plug it back in, and it won't respond in GTA 5. I'm like, really?
I got you.
The headset I'm using, I actually have to plug it into that cable sometimes, and I know it. I feel like it's the cable, not the actual controller itself.
Yeah.
Because one, I'll plug that same cable into my headphones, and I have to have it a certain way for it to charge.
I got you.
So.
Yeah.
Which these are really nice headphones.
Oh yeah, they are.
If anybody doesn't know what these are Astro A50s. They're the Gen 3. They're made for the Xbox, so that hence why they're green. If I ever got a green screen, I probably would have to pick like a color that I'm not gonna wear all the time.
Exactly.
Because almost all my wardrobe is either blue or black or something. So I have to pick something that won't completely take away my headphone.
Exactly. Need something.
Right. Some people actually use red.
Hey, something wrong with that.
I mean, I'm like, I would have to completely configure it to where it doesn't because I think it also will kind of blend in with the skin too. And think that the skin is red.
I got you.
So I have to completely filter stuff, but I think it would be possible.
I think so too. It's gotta be.
I mean, either that or I just use a green screen and be like, all right, have invisible headphones kind of. I don't care.
Exactly. Whatever you want to use, man.
But I'm still working on trying to get us partnered with 512 Audio. Or
I got you. Yeah.
512 Studio.
I got you. I mean, I'd love to be able to get something from them.
Yeah.
Definitely be able to, be like, hey.
I mean,
if
if anything,
nice.
If I ever get a podcast studio like I want to,
yeah,
I'll probably get another Yeti and boom arm it.
Oh yeah, of course you'd have to.
And have both Yetis boomed arm in the middle. Because you'll know it, and because the way that I have mine in right now, I have a red cable going into the Yeti.
Yeah.
And then it's going out into my computer. Because I had to switch that one too, because that one, it was getting really bad where sometimes it would disconnect my audio. It would disconnect me in the middle of the stream.
Oh man.
Yeah, so I had to get a new cable.
Oh, definitely you did.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Dang cables.
Right? And this one's braided, so
it definitely should.
It should hold up better.
It better hold up better, especially if it's braided.
I mean,
come
not
on.
all braided cables will hold up the way that they're supposed to.
Oh, so yeah, but I mean, they should though.
Which the silly thing is, which I don't know why Yeti has to do it, but they have to put the older phone charger style, like the oldest one, not the micro, but the macro.
Yeah, exactly.
They would have to
I know
put
what you're
that
talking about.
one. They would have to put that one as the cable to plug it in and and have it powered.
Exactly.
I'm like, let me have a choice between an XLR, macro, or micro. Like,
I agree.
I would even do an XLR version of this microphone. I don't care. Because the XLR would actually work better with that, and then would also work better with the headphones.
I got you.
But I don't have any room to spare for that.
Exactly. I know what you mean. Like maybe one day, but not right now.
I mean, maybe one day when I can get my own studio, I'll
Yeah.
probably have one of those big, huge studio XR mics, like interfaces. Because
Yes.
that one I can actually control every single audio from there instead of having to do it through software. Because right now I have to do it through software where, like, I don't want to make you louder than me, but I also don't want to make the music louder than me, you know? So I have to find that perfect balance.
Exactly.
But we also were talking about Far Cry 6. I've seen a lot of gameplay about that. It looks amazing, and I can't wait to get it.
Oh, it does. It does look amazing. It looks like really fun.
Call
Oh yeah,
of
of
Duty
course.
Vanguard with zombies
Man.
from Treyarch, and this is actually Treyarch's game, not Sledgehammer or.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Because the last game was Sledgehammer's.
Mhm.
So don't know why I don't know why Treyarch decided, hey, we're gonna help you with this, give you zombies. Like Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War
Yeah.
should have been Treyarch's game, if you kind of think about it, because it was Black Ops Cold
Yeah, that's
War.
what I was gonna say. Yeah, exactly. It's Black Ops.
Right. But I either they were just wanting to push something out, so they helped Sledgehammer create a game, and just was like, hey, let's do Black Ops Cold War, so they could push a game out, you know?
Exactly.
Which makes sense. And then this one was actually Treyarch's, and Vanguard actually sounds like an amazing game. And I completed the campaign for Black Ops Cold War within 6 hours, and it was with my old setup. So the i7 3770S with 32 gigs of RAM. Don't get me wrong, I had 32 gigs. And with the 1050 Ti, that sounded like it was going out.
Right.
Dude, it was insane, but I did it. I pushed 6 hours into that computer, or into that motherboard, into the CPU, and into that RAM.
Damn, dude.
And it didn't run flawless. I'll say that right now. It was
Yeah.
choppier than all get out. But I was like, I want to complete this campaign, and that's what I did.
Yeah, it was. When I played it, it was pretty quick campaign. I felt like
It
as
was.
well.
I don't
It
think
just
they
felt
put
like-
too much. I think Sledgehammer did the the campaign multiplayer side, and I think Treyarch did the zombies. I think that's what happened.
Okay.
Because I think Sledgehammer didn't make, like, all their campaigns were always small. They weren't they weren't that long, and it looked like a campaign from Sledgehammer.
Right.
Because you
I know
always
exactly
have
what you're
to
saying.
kill in Sledgehammers. You Modern Warfare 2, for instance. I think that was a Sledgehammer game, or was that Infinity War and Sledgehammer? I don't remember. But
I
anyways,
can't remember.
If nobody played Modern Warfare 2, there's an issue with you.
Yeah,
If you
that's
don't
like
like Call of
probably one of
Duty,
my favorites.
If you don't like Call of Duty, I can understand. But
Modern Warfare 2, come on.
Modern Warfare 2, it put you on a lot of, like, cliffhangers slash like emotional wreck trains.
Oh yes, I remember.
Because it would put you up, down, up, down.
Oh yeah, it was.
Because you remember, what was it, Ghost, I think was what it was?
Yep, Ghost.
Yeah, Ghost got
Never
taken
forget,
out.
man.
And then the guy that took him out poured gas over you and Ghost.
Mhm.
And set y'all both on fire. Somehow, I think you make it out of the fire. And you try to save Ghost, but he couldn't, like, you couldn't save him.
Yeah.
And then you go and get your revenge on the main person that put you into that mission.
Yes.
Which I love throwing the throw knife, because even if you miss the throw knife, it still hits them.
Right?
Like,
I don't
like
understand.
even on the hardest difficulty, you can miss that throwing knife, and they'll give you
Yeah,
the
like
throwing
hitbox
knife.
is very generous.
Exactly. You just throw the knife, and then it's just like,
Uh,
I'm pretty sure I missed that.
well, I don't know if you've seen this or not, but like with the Vanguard, I don't know if they fixed it by now, but
Yeah.
yeah, with Vanguard, they what was it? The bayonet bug, where
Oh,
like
yeah.
people are like running around, and there's like literally people like above people and like doing like the bayonet charge, and they're still like I don't know, like 10 or 12 feet away from them and like killing them instantly.
I love
Oh man.
how they put in Warzone, how they put Scream or Ghostface
Yes.
into Modern Warfare. His the freaking what was it? The signature kills me.
Oh yeah.
Because he goes, slides in and goes, "Hello, what's that?" And then all you just see is, and you're just like, "Oh, I like that special."
Exactly. Right.
Because you just see them both laying down like this, like, "What's that?" And you're like, "What?" And then all you just see is the character just stand back up, slice, walks away. You're just like, "Alright, that's cool."
Okay. Excuse me.
But guys, on YouTube, I do plan on pushing more PGA Tour games out, or more series of that. It's just been hard, like I said. I've been working a really stressful work week trying to get ready for Black Friday.
God, you love
High
it.
Rubs came in yesterday, so
Ooh.
I was stressing out to try to get everything done for the department, make it look good for my
Oh,
team
got to.
lead. So she doesn't yell at me and
Exactly. Well, I mean, she's gonna get yelled at, and then you get yelled at. So to keep her from getting yelled at, you know.
So all Tuesday night, I was just sitting there replacing fast tracks. For the movies, it was so much harder. You don't know how hard it is to do one of those islanders, and it being curved in the middle, and you're just like, how the hell am I supposed to do this?
I know. I don't get it.
And then you have to go and do. It's like you're being a part of either HGTV or freaking like a house renovation thing, because you have to go and measure it out, mark where you have to measure, cut, go back over there, try to fit it. If it doesn't work, you have to go and cut another piece. And you're just like,
Oh man.
I was being a carpenter that day. That was fun.
For real. trying to get that out
And then
there.
I told my team lead Matt that night. I was like, hey, look, I did the most I could with the fast tracks. We ran out. There was no more sticky fast tracks. I'm not gonna try to put any more out. She said, hey, that's fine. Thank you. And I was like, no problem. The only thing I didn't get done, and I'm pretty sure if anybody from my work from Walmart sees this, like, honestly, I did my best that night. I was stressing out because I got yelled at for going to lunch at 6 o'clock and only leaving one person with coverage.
Oh yeah, I love that.
I'm like, I get told, hey, if you want to go to lunch, you need to come up and discuss it with us when you can, not just come over here and give us your keys. And I'm like,
Like, okay,
I'm just like, all right. Even though that your team does this to me all the time.
yeah. But you're supposed to.
But I have to come over there and say, hey, I want to go to lunch at this time. Makes no sense.
It doesn't.
And then, in order for me to not get yelled at last night, I just went over. I was like, hey, do you not mind covering my lunch at like this time? And they're like, yeah, sure, I got you. Not even 30 minutes later, I get told to go at 6:30 instead of 6. So I'm like, great.
Gotta love it, man.
But then, I get the early shift tomorrow. Like, really, really early shift tomorrow.
Oh no.
I wake up before the butt crack of dawn.
Oh, I know those shifts, man.
You know what I'm talking about too.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So that means I have to go to bed at 8 o'clock tonight.
Yep.
Just to wake up at 4 o'clock tomorrow morning to get ready for work and be out of the house by 4:30.
Yep.
And that's the butt crack of dawn for me.
Oh yeah, yeah. I gotta get that early shift.
Yeah, they put me 5 to 2 this Friday.
I got you. Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun. Like 2 o'clock rolls around, you're gonna be like dead. You're like,
Nope. When 2 o'clock comes, I'm gonna throw the keys and go. I'm going home. Bye.
oh yeah, I would too. I'd be like, if I could even throw them by then, I'd be so tired. I'd be like,
No, I am actually gonna throw them. I'm gonna toss them to my coworker. I'm gonna be like, I'm going home. Bye. Toss.
here you go, coworker. Take these keys. Take the responsibility from me. I'm out.
I mean, the only coworker that actually listens to this that I know of was Abby. It's Dustin's wife.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Abby is the only one that actually listens to this, and I thank her.
Oh yeah, she's really nice.
Without you, we wouldn't be able to make this possible.
Yeah.
And one, that's the one that actually motivated me to be like, hey, just do it. Like, just go ahead and do it.
Exactly.
And see, if I would have waited for the other host, I would never got done.
I know what you mean.
I would still be waiting until next year to do it.
Right? I know what you mean, dude.
But guys, like I said, we are planning on next year, instead of doing bi-weekly podcast, it's gonna be every week. And then not only that, I'm gonna also try to. So Saturday nights, I'm gonna try to push as much videos as I can out. So I'll make a full series of PGA Tour until we actually hit the series ending of the PGA Tour, which I was already on the FedEx opener. So the open invitation for the FedEx Cup. So I don't think I have long. But I'm still gonna have more episodes in that. Shoot, I actually have a episode that I'm wanting to do, and the person that actually told me that he wants to do it with me, he said, hey, let's go, let's do this, let's set it up. When I get the game, let me practice a little bit and let's do it. I'm like, I'm down.
That's awesome,
like,
man.
let's do a whole series on it. I'm fine with this.
Right? Do it.
Like, I made a hole-in-one on the very last PGA Tour. Guys, if y'all have not checked out my PGA Tour series, this is the time to do it. Because this last episode that I did, I had a hole-in-one, an albatross, and an eagle.
Nice.
All in one. Oh no, it was albatross, eagle, albatross, chip in, and hole-in-one. All in one, like sitting, like one round. Had a hole-in-one. Next hole. Okay, it went well. Next hole. It was albatross. I chipped it in with a 3-wood.
Nice.
With a 3-wood. Don't know how I did it. I managed to make it perfectly. And then the next one was a chip in for birdie. Or eagle. One of those. I can't really remember now. It's been a while. But I can tell you, I made one of the best rounds that I've ever played on PGA Tour. It went 4 rounds. I'm going to try to do 4 rounds a week. So one's going to come out on Monday, one's coming out. So it's either going to be Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or it's going to be Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Yeah. So it's going to be opposite of that. Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So I'm going to try to figure it out. I'm going to see what works best with my scheduling. I also am going to be doing editing for my good buddy Dustin, which is the owner of ESRP. He actually did some recording for the beta patrol, for those patrols. I actually am doing his editing for him. He is going to be also giving me income for it, so I'm like, a win-win situation.
Of course, heck yeah, man. It's always a win-win.
I get money for editing, and I also get I get to edit, make money, and also have a main job. So that's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool.
Eventually, I might have to pick up another job, and it might be slim to do YouTube videos. But the podcasts are not going to be one that I'm going to leave. Because I'll have the weekends off. For if I did pick up a second job, I would probably try to get the weekends off. Which the second job would probably be Apple. Because if you didn't notice, they paid $18 an hour for at-home job. They send you a computer. They also pay for your internet. It's like, what more can you ask for?
Right? I mean, come on.
Shoot. Paying for the internet, that was one less bill I have to pay for. I'm fine with that.
Right? Take it all day.
Shoot.
That's awesome.
Being on call for Apple for tech issues, I'm like, yeah, shoot, yeah. I'd be happy with that.
Oh yeah, for real.
And getting paid $18 an hour? Shoot.
Right, take it.
But that's like, if I had to pick up a part-time job, that would be the one I would go for.
Yeah, I got you.
Because that's the best paying job that I could do, and plus paying for getting my internet paid for. I'm fine with that.
Oh yeah, I mean, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Make a little extra money, save some money. Heck yeah.
Exactly. Work before I go in. Work when I get home. Like, it's a win-win situation.
I agree, man. I agree completely.
Yeah. I don't know what else to say besides if y'all want to join my RP server, let me know in the comments of YouTube. I will be able to put the 5M Discord in the description if you want me to. It's just the interaction. If y'all want it, I will give it to you. I'll give you what you want. Because I can easily edit the description to make it to where it comes out every month, the same thing. It'll upload with the same description. So I can edit it, put that. But guys, we do also have special guests coming soon. I'm pretty sure once they actually get it set up and can make it, we will actually have a special guest here.
Exactly.
I mean, I've been trying to get Cookies and CJ on here not Cookies. CJ and Jeffrey on here for a good while now. And they said it would have to be on a Thursday. And then now CJ, he closed all of his days, so now all of them he's streaming on, unless he changed it back. I don't know. I sound like I'm losing my voice.
Right.
But guys, I do appreciate all of y'all that listen in to the RSS feed, wherever you listen to it. Apple Music, or not Apple Music, Apple iPod podcast, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Play, like wherever you listen to it, we appreciate it.
Oh yes,
because without y'all listening to us or viewing my YouTube, this would not be anything. We do also have a Patreon. I haven't uploaded anything to it yet, but we do have one. If you do want to pledge, I think we have it starting off at $1, going up to I think 25. I think is what I did. But we do have a Patreon going out. I want to get another bonus episode out on the Patreon. and actually upload them to Patreon before I put out the link. But letting y'all know that we do have a Patreon actually opening.
Yes.
And what it's going to do is it's going to come back right into the podcast, either pay for the podcast, RSS feed, or doing giveaways. Because right now, where I'm standing, I am about 53 followers away from hitting my Twitch goal. And even if I hit my Twitch goal before the end of the year, I will do the giveaway. Even if we don't hit it at the end of the year, and we hit it like, say, mid-January.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. If we can hit 200 followers on here again, 200 subscribers on YouTube, I will do the giveaways no matter what. That is my goal. That's how I'm keeping it. I just feel like at the end of the year, we could actually make a really good, that would be a really good collab to do.
Yeah,
right
definitely.
At the end of the year. But I think the podcast, the way that, because I talked to Jeffrey, he actually told me it would probably be maybe December before he can actually get on the podcast, which I'm fine with. Like,
yeah, definitely.
Like, he's having a break, and like he gets a little few, like 2 weekends off, or 2 weeks off. So I definitely think that we're gonna have Jeffrey and CJ on a episode before the end of the year, which I really hope, because they're really cool dudes.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna do another plug because this is actually needed. If you're not following them on YouTube, if you go on YouTube, go type in youtube.com/criminal justice. You'll know which one he is. You can actually see the icon right under my microphone icon on the bottom of my screen. That is his logo on YouTube. Go subscribe to him. He's at 24,000 subscribers. Jeffrey Gamer is right next to Criminal Justice. Go subscribe to him. I will say right now, you will not regret subscribing to either of them. Criminal Justice also has another YouTube channel. It's called CJ Farms. That one's not hard to miss either. I would recommend going and subscribing to him. He's a really cool dude. He actually lives in the same county, same city as I do, and I see him almost all the time at my job. So I know him personally. He's a really chill dude. He understands people, and he does not tolerate people acting childish.
Yeah.
So, and that's the other thing. I don't allow people to act childish near me. If I do, I try to walk away from it.
Of course, yeah, I agree.
Or remove them from what they're doing.
Yeah.
But, guys, I really do hope that y'all enjoyed this latest podcast. When are we gonna record the Thanksgiving podcast? Maybe this Thursday. That might have to happen, or this Sunday, or like next Sunday. That's what I meant.
Yeah, I think maybe next Sunday might work best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we need to get it out before Thanksgiving.
Of course, yeah.
And I think what I'm gonna do is, once we record that, it's actually not gonna release on that Sunday. I'm gonna release it on Thursday of Thanksgiving, so y'all actually have a podcast to listen to on Thanksgiving. We're gonna do, basically what I'm gonna try to do is thankfuls. So what me and Wes are thankful for. I think that's gonna be the best topic to do.
No, I agree. I like that idea 100%.
Because one, we can do what we're thankful for, what we are going to be enjoying about next year, what's going to change for the podcast for next year. Um, but I think what I'm going to do is probably next season, I'm dropping the Heavenly Podcast and I'm just going to go riffing with the angels. So instead of it being Heavenly Podcast next season, it's just going to be riffing with the angels, and it's going to start season 2. So it's still going to fall under the category. It's just going to be removed from Heavenly Podcast completely. And so people does not get confused on what podcast is mine, on all the RSS feed. It will just be one name, and I'm sticking with it. And honestly, I think moving this over to its own podcast Discord, YouTube, is probably going to be also another thing that I might do. Even though I really don't want to upload all these podcast episodes over to it, I'm thinking about doing it anyway, because one, having its own podcast YouTube channel, and then linking that in the description of my YouTube channel, getting people to bring people over to my main YouTube channel, bringing them into, letting them watch a video, and then being like, hey, like plug it at the very end of my video, like, hey, if you want to watch my podcast, go down below. You know?
Exactly. No, I agree.
I think that's how I'm going to do it, but that's going to be next season. So I might just leave season 1 on my main YouTube channel, and then be like, if you're looking for season 2, like very last episode, we're gonna put, if you're looking for episode 2, it'll be next year, and it'll be starting on a new YouTube channel. That's how I'm gonna do it, because one, traffic's still gonna come through this YouTube channel anyway, and I don't want to lose traffic on this YouTube channel for the podcast Discord or YouTube.
Exactly. Yeah.
But guys, there's a lot of things that's gonna change about the podcast, but it's still gonna be the same.
Exactly.
The reason why I'm taking off Heavenly Podcast is because there's a lot of podcasts that's called Heavenly Podcast, and honestly, I would rather completely remove it from Heavenly Podcast and go riffing with the angels, because riffing with the angels kind of, like, to me, it's just like, hey, let's talk, like, let's have a talk, you know? Next season, if we do introduce anybody new to the podcast, you will also be introduced to them. So that will be, it will always have an introduction at the very beginning of each season if we add somebody. If not, you're just going to hear the same people, which that's not going to be a bad thing, but I want to make it interesting. And that's going to be the best way to make it interesting, is if we add more people. Because the more the merrier, the more people, the more topics, the more we actually stay on a topic. You know? I mean, that's how it is. I mean, I've been having a lot of fun with games, but honestly, I just want to do more of this sometimes.
I agree.
Because having a just chatting episode, or just chatting in general, I might just do this more. Just have my face cam full, and just be like, hey guys, what's up? Like,
Yeah, exactly. Hey, nothing wrong with that, man.
I mean,
Do what you like, you know?
I mean, eventually when I get my own setup, my own place, and I can actually set it up the way I want to set it up, there's going to be a lot more of this to come. I just need to make more of a, like, I'm not saying that this is not a priority to me. It is. You can ask Wes. I message him almost every other day, like, hey, what are we gonna talk about this podcast? Like,
exactly. I mean, no, you're right. You are committed.
I am committed to it.
Yeah, I'll tell anybody that.
I mean, we're both committed
Straight up.
to it.
Oh yeah, but I'm saying, yeah, like if anybody thinks you're not, no, you are.
Like right at the beginning when I said, hey, do you want to do a podcast with me? Your face lit up like a Christmas tree on Christmas Day.
Man. Like, yeah, dude. Like, yeah.
Even Jess's mom, I've seen her at Walmart every once in a while, and she's like, hey, yeah, Jess is she's like, yeah, Wes is really committed to the podcast, and he's very happy that you asked him to do it. I was like, hey, I wouldn't ask anybody else better than you to come
I
and
got you,
be like,
man.
hey, let's do this podcast because one, I knew you had a podcast already,
Yeah.
and I was like, well, let's just go on ahead and do it. I was like, you would say no. Like, I was like, if you want to say no, you can, but
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
I don't have anybody else to host it with me right now. Is what I
No, I
told you,
got
I
you. I
think,
got you.
right?
Yeah. Hmm.
I think that's what the excuse was. But what's up, Jake? Um, but yeah, guys, like I said, there's a lot more to come. We're not
Oh yeah, a lot more.
we're not giving up on this. We're just rebranding it a little. Um, I'm doing good, Jake. But yeah, we're just rebrand. We're gonna be rebranding it after season one. We're just trying to make it through the end of the year. I think it's actually going to make 14 episodes because we got the Thanksgiving episode, which will be 9. The next episode after that will be 10, and then I think we can fit 2 more in. And I think that's when I'm gonna start doing the weekly ones. So up to after Christmas, so right up to the New Year, I'm gonna say we should probably start doing the weekly ones.
Okay.
Um, and that will make it 14 episodes. Because we'll have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Because
I got you.
14 will be the very last episode, which will be New Year's. And I think that will be, or New Year's Eve, I think, is what I'm going to try to do.
Yeah, I got you, man.
So, and then New Year's Day, I think I'm going to do a special one for New Year's Day. We're
Right
gonna
on,
we're
man.
gonna watch the
Right on.
ball drop on live.
Right.
That's what I'm gonna try to do. I think that will be a really cool thing to do.
I would, man. I agree.
Like, I also, guys, I do want to do a movie night, probably, um, soon. But I'm gonna stop the recording real quick, and then we're gonna talk about movie night. So, guys on the RSS feed, guys on YouTube, wherever you're listening to this, we appreciate you. We hope you come back. I hope you actually download. Like, if you do, please download because it does actually help with the
Oh yes.
with the reachability of the podcast. With that being said, guys, this concludes episode 8 of the Riffing with the Angels Heavenly Podcast. With that being said, Wes, do you have anything to add to that closure?
No, man. I think you've done it pretty much well. I mean, like you were saying, if you enjoyed it, we hope you keep coming back. If you didn't enjoy it, we hope you give us another chance.
Yeah.
Just come back. No, I'm kidding. I'm
we
kidding.
had
No.
a really good teaser, so if y'all have not seen or heard it, I would really recommend you trying to find it and checking it out because it's actually a really fun teaser.
Yeah, and it was fun to do too.
It was, and I think we need to do it again sometime.
I think so too. We should try it.
We just need to go and do it in the middle of a park or something.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
try to do the
exactly.
teaser. It'd be amazing.
Hey,
to
I'd
hear
be down.
It'd be amazing hearing the crickets chirping in the background of the video.
I agree.
But guys, with that being said, I hope y'all enjoy it. Have a good night. Peace.